Okay, streetscape 2.
Streetscape number 2. We will take a look at pages 5 and 6 in that council package. This kind of lays out a proposal for what we could do for the second phase of streetscape, and it just basically includes sidewalks and street lighting from Main Street down to the intersection at Lake Street there, right by the stone house. Okay? All that this does is says let's replace almost all of the sidewalks. Generally just as 4-foot wide sidewalks. There's a couple other little things as far as repaving some alleys where the pavement would be different. There's some existing 8-foot sidewalks like by the post office that would be replaced as 8-foot. And a little realignment of that curb for some drainage issues down on the north side of the funeral home. But other than that, we're looking at sidewalks, all of the handicap crossings that go along with it, and this would say 10 blue light fixtures, single arm light fixtures. Now, having said that, Bill's been gone. He's been out farming pretty much for the past couple weeks, so I just had some real preliminary discussions with Bill about a lighting plan. So these are, like I said, just really preliminary, basically my ideas about what the costs are and maybe a number that we would shoot at.
Are these the like overhead ones or like the blue ones?
They're the blue ones.
Okay.
They're the single arm blue ones, though. They didn't propose to do anything with the stone bases and the double arm ones like they're at the corners. This cost estimate didn't have any of that. So if you look at page 7, this is what that cost estimate would be. And that is just taking the per unit cost of things as they were bid for that downtown streetscape project and using that as the cost estimate for the per unit cost for all of this work.
How many existing lights are there?
I guess I don't know, Tom. There's different style of lights.
They're short style. They might be able to sell them. So the town that they were falling. These are probably rusty anyway, aren't they?
I should have paid attention, but I'd only seen like a few indicated on the map, so I was here a couple of times. There are 10?
I think if you count the 9. Oh, no, those are the location. That would just be a proposed location of the new one. I think I miscounted circles,
Okay.
but it may end up being 10. So for cost estimating purposes, it's maybe good to be.
Well, what we're doing right now, Scott, we're just giving you the go-ahead to do the request for the grant, right? We're not committing this money right now.
No, but if you're going to get funded with the grant, you're going to have to follow through and do the project as you said you would do it.
And that maximum
It's
is
50%, but they wouldn't give us
mostly
$40,000.
given
You know, it may
20,
be
right? At the most.
the highest award I think has ever been like 15.
15.
What could be the exception? You never know.
You know, could be, but they have roughly the same amount of grant funds to award this year. It's actually down just a hair, roughly the same.
Oh, we've already done the approaches for handicap, right? So
Oh.
we don't tear that back out.
There's what, 2 that are...
No, we don't have it on the north side.
3 or 4. They did 3 or 4
Are
this
all
year.
of, the little raised, things, are they all wearing off like they are up here?
No.
Have you seen that one? You know what I'm talking
Sure,
about?
yeah, because they get, I think basically it gets hit during snow removal and they pretty much pop right off. And we've got some complaints with that, that they'll pop off when you hit them once you shovel.
That's why they wanted to put cast iron ones down at the Ice House Point, but it wasn't, the state already did the rubber ones, right?
Well, and we ended up with the fiberglass one that was not this formed concrete deal, the same that we have downtown. So, I know we would certainly like to look at the steel ones when we go in.
So they actually do what they're supposed to do. They're a lot more than what they're doing.
Sure.
No, not even.
That'd be wonderful.
A lot of money. was part of my concern about doing this project for the grant anyway. I, didn't know how $15,000 was gonna make much of a difference, but if there's other sources that you're talking about now in relation.
This is just an FYI for you as far as where we sit on local option sales tax, which would be the other area that would likely fund this. So when you take the balance and you add in what we would get for the rest of this fiscal year, and you subtract out what we have either budgeted or have something for pending expenses, and that main thing being the sewer plant work, you end up with an ending balance of uncommitted funds of $69,000.
How'd you come up with this 56? Is this an estimate or this would be the actual?
That's what the state has told us we would receive for the next 8 months.
And we might get 15 from SCTV, right?
So how much of materials and such, did you put any sort of increase in material cost from that bid into here? Or
I did not,
straight cost?
because I was talking with Lon about the concrete part, and he said concrete bids have been pretty aggressive here, the last ones that he's done, so I just used the same cost.
When's the deadline for that?
Coming up.
December 10th.
Yeah.
December 10th, but again, you gotta have real cost estimates from a vendor to include with the application, so it takes a little lead time to get this ready.
What was our plan B? The project, was there?
But this is basically all that we really discussed. Community club wants to do maybe event sign and the picture frames, and those were the two that got talked about the most. The other projects are bike trail related. We could do the enhancements out at Ice House Point, benches and pads and that type of stuff. Oh boy, I had a list of some other smaller projects.